This is parkour. I've been practicing it for about 11 years. And one of the things that parkour has taught me is the difference between knowing about something in theory versus knowing how to do something in practice. Because in parkour, there's a very clear difference between being able to discuss a challenge and a skill and actually being able to do it. And so it begs the question about what actually is the difference between being able to discuss a skill versus actually being able to use it. As physical as it looks, parkour is actually a psychological sport. And this might be surprising, but as scary as it looks to watch parkour, it's actually much more terrifying to do it. And so the sport of parkour is not about being able to make these big movements. The sport of parkour is being terrified as you're making these big movements and still being able to do them with courage, with control, and with lightness. I study things like courage. I study things like psychological flexibility. And so you would assume that knowing about these kinds of theories would give me an advantage in this sport. But then I go out and train with my friends, people who don't read these kinds of psychology books, and I find people with tremendous courage. I find people with psychological flexibility. I find people who can be in control while experiencing fear. Oftentimes, they do it better than me. Because parkour is a sport that cares very little about theory. And while I'm reading about courage, they're the ones actually practicing it. And it's an incredibly humbling experience to realize that words cannot help me here. That there is this mysterious skill that I can practice and yet not be able to fully explain. I think parkour can teach us all something about life. Because many of the most important things that we do are mysterious in these same kind of ways. Like things like forgiveness or trust or loving somebody. These are things that theory alone cannot fully describe. If we struggle with them, words alone cannot help us. And instead we must learn to practice. We must learn to do these things by cultivating this arcane ability of ours to call forward the moment, dial ourselves in, and take the jump with intention. Hi, Mom. Which mother, though? Maybe you sent it to your mother.
Did you kill that plant?
I don't think it's dead, but I kicked it.